Okay, so before we move on to weed crankbait colors, I want to talk about the difference between wood and plastic baits and why it's important that you have both in your tackle box. So here I have, let's go to a stick bait. So here I have a Husky Jerk. This could also be a Deep Junior Thunderstick. And then here I have a Balsa number 11. So these are both number 11s. This is the number 11 Husky Jerk, number 11 traditional or floating Rapala. Both the same shape, both the same size. You can see that. They have basically the same action, but the plastic baits have a tendency to have a few rattles inside, and the difference is plastic baits have a tendency to dive a little bit deeper and stay there on the pause. Because they're not quite as buoyant as balsa baits, if you reel down on top of the weeds and stop, this plastic bait has a tendency to stay there for a second and kind of rise backwards, whereas a balsa bait has a tendency to go down, rise quicker, and rise straight up. Now, both of those presentations can be really, really effective depending on the day. But even in your shad style baits, you want to make sure you've got plastic. You want to make sure you've got balsa. In your stick baits, you want to make sure you've got plastic. You want to make sure you've got balsa in all of the size ranges, because that is going to make sure that you have the right bait, the right presentation with just these little tweaks. The differences between the way plastic baits move through the water, the way they sound, and the way they rise on a pause is different than the way balsa baits do that. Each day, you're going to have to make that decision on which is going to be better, wood or plastic. Make sure you stock your tackle box with both of those. You'll catch a lot more fish having that option of wood or plastic baits.